Hey, what is up, guys? And welcome back to another Magic the Gathering online league. We're back with Eldrazi ramp on the draw for game 1. Looks like we're playing against Zoo. Ragavan will pilfer. Ragavan pilfers a lab. That's fine. End step fetch Wooded Foothill for Commercial District Surveil. Ghost Quarter to Yard and draw. There's Utopia Sprawl, but I think we'll sit on that. Instead, playing Ugin's Lab and imprinting Emrakul. I think we're going to throw K return at this Ragavan rather than the K command. We have to play around the possibility of Stubborn Denial. And unfortunately, we cannot pay the one. K return also lets us set up for future turns. There's Doorkeeper Thrall, an opponent about to be blown out. So that's the Doorkeeper Thrall version. We'll pass and pass. So I could have Flage in hand, is what's that telling me? Do we Flage? We do. Flage will Helix, which means we need to get Flage out of Yard. There is Chrysalis. We will fetch for a forest, sprawl for red, and K command. Where are we at right now? We're at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're still short, so I think I might want to actually scry draw exile cards in Yard. So I will get rid of Ragavan and Flage. And done. Devourer and Mycospawn. We'll go top, draw, and pass, and pass. So Flage is out, 4 in hand. We have another K return on deck. If they have a flyer, we have the Chrysalis. We'll play Lab, no imprint. 2, 4, 6, 7 at most. Opponent will scoop it up, and we take the win. Alright. Let's go to sideboard here. So, Heat in, Dismember in. Bajugabog stays, Cavernous Soul stays, Trim a Rumble, and a returns. Let me verify against Zoo. Only also trim an Emrakul. And if that's the case, we can bring in a couple Ice Tills. Yeah? We keep the Bajugabog, we keep the Cavernous Souls, we keep the Ghost Quarter, bring a couple Ice Tills, because we bring in Dismember Heat. We're not playing Strict Serenade in this version. And let's run it back. Alrighty. Yeah, the Ice Tills being inside is kind of interesting. On the draw, the hand is interesting. We will keep. Question is what we pitch here. Gemstone Caverns into Forest Sprawl on Forest allows us to rumble. So I think we pitch the Stomp. And pass. I mean, it's a potential kicked Mycospawn onto, which would be lovely. This is a potential Stubborn Denial. So in that case, we're going to Utopia Sprawl for for red. And we're going to pass. White binding on Sprawl and pass. Hasting. A Sign of Draco, maybe? Yes. Okay. Down to 16, draw Sire's 7 Death. They are tapped down, so we're going to rumble. I suppose find a forest, play the forest for turn, and pass. And pass. I actually should hold. I guess no, they can't play Flage this turn. They can't play Flage. So next turn, Cavern into Chrysalis. Yeah, that binding was a bit unfortunate. Combat, swing for 4, down to 12. And draw. Cavern Souls, name Eldrazi. Yield all. Do you have consigned memory? No consigned. Body hits board. We can block now. Flooded Strand fetch down to 27. Surveil. Sign a Draco to yard. Next turn we do have Cyrus 7 Death. White, blue, red for Clarion Conqueror. Well, ain't that a bitch. We'll sack in response, always yield. We're now 4-5. Do we sack the other one? Yeah, probably. And done. We've at least bogged up the board. We'll draw. Myco spawn. Yield all. Temple. And pass. I do need another land, though. So at least we've bogged up the board. Is this a Flage? Looks like it, which means we'll Bajuka Bog next turn. Helix the spawn, I'd imagine. Helix the Chrysalis. We'll take 7 down to 5. We could block the Kavu, not the Kavu, the Sign of Draco here. And that leaves the Clarion Conqueror. Honestly, that's not a half bad idea to trade, I think. Actually, no, this has first strike. That has first strike, never mind. Yes. I will take the 7 down to 5. We draw. Ugin. I will kick the Myco. Kick the Arena of Glory. And grab Bajuka Bog. Bajuka Bog, target you. Goodbye, Flage. No attacks. And pass in full. Do you have the binding? Nope, another Sign of Draco. I will block the Sign of Draco. Go down to 2. And draw Verdant Catacomb. I will cast Cyrus 7 Death. Play the Verdant Cat and pass, no attacks. Put a pause on end step. Next turn we cast the Devourer and eat the Leyline Binding. Do I fetch Surveil here? Down to 1. I don't think that's entirely necessary. I'm gonna hold and draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Actually, fetching for a forest here is not a bad idea. Because then we can Ugin. Yes. Fetch to 1 for a forest. Ugin, exile, Leyline of the Guild Pact. We can now 0. We could 0, get rid of Clarion Conqueror or Kavu, but I think going up to 4 is better. I guess I can't. Never mind. Go to combat. Swing for 7. Up to 8 and pass. And pass. We can get to the Clarion Conqueror next turn. I guess I should have gone rid of the Conqueror first and then exiled the... Well, I guess I couldn't, because I had a hexproof. Never mind, never mind. Never mind. Attacking me, attacking me, attacking me. So, opponent will scoop up. Looks like they were looking for something off the top. Couldn't find it. And we got the win. Solid. Alright, we'll be back for match number 2. Alright, we're back for match number 2 on the draw for game 1. Opening hand wasn't great, and this isn't much better. We'll mulligan again. We'll make this work. Pitching Bajuka Bog. And I guess a K command. The Shifting Woodland is a bit slow. Because it comes and play tapped, yeah? Okay. We'll keep. We'll pass. Opponent kept 6. Underground Mort, Surveil. And draw. Ugin's Lab, Imprint, Cast Talisman, pass. And pass. This looks like Yawgmoth. Needs a badger. Yawgmoth, we draw. K return. K return seems good here. So in that case, we play a forest. Go to their upkeep. What you thinking here, opponent? Why aren't you passing priority? And fire off K return and pass. Not a Boseiju? No, that sucks. I'll grab a commercial district. I was wondering if that was going to be the case. Emrakul to Yard. We need a colorless source now. Badgermal Cub, Underground Mort. Verdant Cat, fetch 19 for Forest and another Badgermole. We'll draw. There is Cavernous Souls, name Eldrazi. I will ramp and actually, no, I'm going to Scry Draw Exile the Cub. Another K return. I'm going to say to bottom. K return bottom. I'm going to say Sire to bottom as well. Draw fresh. There's Temple. We'll pass and pass. Sephiroth sacks the Underground Mort. Surveils and draws a card. Not bad value-wise. Kind of wish I kept that Sire now, so we could have swept. We'll draw. Oh, asking shall receive. I will play the Shifting Woodland, which can now become an Emrakul. So I don't foresee them attacking. Yep, that's fine. Dryad Arbor's fine. Agatha Soul Cauldron's kind of rude. Like, I want them to use the Soul Cauldron here. So I'm going to target Emrakul. So first, Sephiroth triggered. You sacrifice the Dryad Arbor. You do not. We're going to target the Emrakul and see if they use the Soul Cauldron on it. I imagine they will, which will give us the opportunity to then Sire Sweep. We'll pass in full and draw. Temple. And sweep, yield all, and yes. Sephiroth will trigger, drain us for one, and pass, and pass. Overgrown Tomb Shock, 18 for Yawg. Go to draw. Lab. Go to combat. Attack with Sire. Opponent is down to 11. Stomping Ground tapped and pass. Dryad Arbor on the Yawg. One in hand. We pass once again. They can begin to proliferate on Yawg, but they can't really get rid of the Sire all too easily because of Ward. And that will prove to be rather difficult for them to do. Which means as of right now, they can really only dig 4 cards deep. Not to mention that they need a second blocker just to even think about blocking Sire. What say you, opponent? They only have 2 cards in hand. They have access to 5, maybe 6 mana at most. 1 card in hand and a Windswept Teeth. Okay. So 6 mana, 1 card in hand. You can proliferate with Yawg. You can grow it up to a, what? 5/7? But you still can't block the Sire as it currently stands. So what then? No attacks. We'll draw. There's a Myco. I will go to combat. Attack with Sire. Down to 4. I will kick a Sowing Myco spawn. Kick the Spy Master's Vault, get that off the board. Then what? Floats black. Do I just put Jukabog them here? Maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, I guess we can just put Jukabog. Either that or Ghost Quarter them. I'm just gonna put Jukabog them. And pass. So if they want to Aggie Soul Cauldron something, they can do it once here. Paying cost for Court of Calling for 2. There's Hapatra. On to Hapatra. Oh, this has become a bit more interesting. Is this Dredger's Insight? Badgermole Cub doesn't really do it on the Mort. So I have 6 mana. Sack it. Surveil. Put a counter on the Myco. Maybe there's a world where not playing Myco would have been better. That way they couldn't draw cards. Maybe. Because now they can do it 3 times. Yeah, that is a consideration. Spymaster's Vault to Yard. Halfling. Make snakes. They can't really fetch here, so that's a dead Windswept Teeth for all intent and purpose. Yeah, I thought about behind getting rid of the Spymaster's Vault. That way they can't potentially combo off with Ballista, Yawgmoth, and Cauldron. Alright, Myco down, and you're down to 1. Okay, what can you do with 5 mana? Ballista for 0. So you can now get Ballista. I'll draw. K command. Play Ugin's Lab. No imprint. Go to combat. Swing with Sire. You can proliferate between Yogg and Hapatra, thanks to Agatha's Soul Cauldron, but you can only do it once. Before combat damage, we will K command, scry draw, and exile Hapatra. And leave behind, let's say, mana for a Chrysalis. Well, actually, in retrospect, let's do it like this. We also have double colorless. And done. And opponent scoops it up. We'll take the win. Solid. Alright, let's go to sideboard. So we want Grafdigger's Cage, Unholy Heat, and Dismember. Bajuka Bog, yes. Countersouls, no. Trim on a Rumble. And probably cut Chrysalis entirely. Yeah, I think that makes the most sense here. We could cut out the Ghost Quarter. I'm not entirely sure that's necessary. It is beneficial to take out the Spymaster's Vault. So let's run it back like this. I mean, there's Grafdigger, but no other lands, kind of rough. We'll mulligan. This is pretty good. We will keep. I'll pitch the Stomping Ground. Yes, we're on the draw, so that's doable. We'll pass. Verdant Cat, fetch 19. Overgrown Tomb, shock 4. GSC for 0. We're gonna Unholy Heat then. We draw. Lab. We could also K command for 0. Scry draw, but I think Unholy Heat makes more sense here. We'll Stomping Ground, shock, and Bolt the Bird. And pass. And pass. Thoughtseize sees K command, takes K command. Yep. Draw. I will imprint Sire and pass. And pass. I guess I should hold an off chance they have a Boseiju. Opponent missed their land drop, so GG's. We got there. Solid win against Yawgmoth. We'll be back for match 3. Alright, we're back for match 3 on the play for game 1. Hand's a little bit slow. We do get a look on 1. Then play Shifting into Talisman on 2. So we see a Myco spawn or a Chrysalis that could be nice. Sure, we can make it work. Opponent will mulligan down to 6. Alright, we will play Verdant Catacomb and pass. And hold. Shadow Backstreet Surveil. I'll put a pause on end step now. Marsh Flats to Yard. Fetch Verdant Catacomb for Commercial District. Surveil. Forest to Yard. I will draw. There's the Chrysalis on 3. Okay. We'll pass. And pass. Flooded Strand and passing could be Blink. I will play Stomping Ground and Shock and cast Chrysalis, yield all. Next turn we have Ugin on 4. Is this Ophelia? Fetch Flooded Strand, 19-4. Surveil land, so no Ophelia, which is good for me. Polluted Delta to Yard. Looks like Esper Blink. Would love for them to tap out here so we can Windmill Slam this Ugin. Plays Flooded Strand and passing. I will draw. I mean, if this is Esper Blink, there's a chance that they are still playing Consigned to Memory main. And if that is the case, we should not play into it. Oh, actually, looks like they're not really on Consign main anymore. Instead, they might be just on Strict Serenade main. Yeah. It's hard to say with any degree of certainty. Look at more of the up-to-date lists. Yeah, they do seem to be almost entirely off of Consign main. So we could just Windmill Slam it. Let's go to combat first. Attack with Chrysalis. Down to 17. Don't exactly want to play into open mana, so I'm just going to cast Talisman. And then play a Windswept Teeth and pass. There's no harm in just sitting back here, I don't think. Opponent fetches Fledgestrand. Shocks in a Watery Grave. What the fresh hell is this? This Gorios, maybe? The hell? Slitherwisp? Whenever you cast another creature spell that has flash, you draw a card and each opponent loses 1 life. Oh. Fascinating. Esper Flash? Sewer Surveil. Oh. Fascinating. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 3 shy of Emrakul. So they attack, will block with Spawn and sack. Go to blocks. We'll block and sack. Trigger Chrysalis. Always yield. Phase change. No damage. In that case, I imagine it's going to always have mana up. End step. Fetch of Windswept Teeth. For a forest. And draw. There's Temple. Well, we're not going to attack then. Instead, yeah, I guess I'll just play the Ugin. Cast Ugin. Ugin will target Slitherwisp. With 3 mana up, though, if this resolves and the body hits board, I might not activate Ugin out of fear of a Tishana's Tidebinder. Paying cost 4. Aven Interrupter. Oh, I was not expecting that. We'll yield all. Slitherwisp is still down. And Ugin's now plotted. We'll pass. No attacks. And pass and hold. Fascinating. Hollowed Fountain Shock to 12. Esper Flash. Huh. I haven't thought about Slitherwisp. It's been a long time until, what was it, there was Simic Flash in Standard a long time ago. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2. I will attempt to resolve Ugin once more. Take down the Aven Interrupter. Body hits board. I will go to draw a card. There's Emrakul. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I will go to combat. Attack with Writhing Chrysalis. Shock in the Stomping Ground. And cast Sire 7 Death. Trigger no targets. And pass in full. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And opponent scoops it up. So I'll label this as flash. Win for game 1. I can only imagine Solitude Subtleties played here. I'm not sure what else. Felia makes sense. Solitude Subtlety. Honestly, Aven Interrupter. Excuse me. Deshaun's Tidebinder would make sense to me as well. So let's Tremlon Rumble. But Jukabog doesn't seem all too relevant. Counter Souls does. Ghost Quarter maybe not. Bring in Heat Dismember. Yeah, I think that seems reasonable. You could probably argue Vexing Bauble, but I'm not entirely certain on that. I mean, a Soul Land would do this hand justice, but I don't think we're going to be guaranteed at getting there, so I think we mulligan here. Yeah, at the same time, we have a lot of interaction between Heat and Return. Let me get a second look off the Wooded Foothill. Sure, we'll keep it. We'll pass. Polluted Delta, passing, draw. There's the Temple. Wooded Foothill, fetch. I don't expect seeing a Moon effect, so we could go Stomping Ground here just in case this Utopia Sprawl gets countered. I think that would be wise. On green and pass. Imagine fetch surveil. Opponent will surveil. Okay. Haven Interrupter to yard and pass. Marsh Flats and pass and draw. Second Temple, cast the Chrysalis, healed all. Marsh Flats fetch. Do you have a consigned memory? Watergrave Shock to 16 and consign. Will pass in full. I guess we could have held up the K command and used it as permission, but I'm kind of fine with this, honestly. Get the consign out now and then just ramp Scryge off K command. X equals 4 next turn. We'll pass. Hallowed Fountain Shock to 14 and passing. Draw. Tis a Myco. Let's go kicking. Only one black source. Take out the black source. Blue, float, white, and what is another Aven Interrupter? Blue, float blue. In that case, instead of going for a soul land, I think I'm just going to go for a fetch here. That way we have access to Stomping Ground for this Unholy Heat, as well as our Surveil land. Blue, blue. One Cheetong. Shouldn't you have done that prior to? A bit confused by that, friend. I will fetch now in that case and surveil. Yield all. Emrakul, top, and pass. Yeah, you should have done that before the search, so I wonder if they just mistimed it. And there's Solitude, pitching Aang Swift Savior. Mycospawn is down into an Ephem on the Solitude. Not entirely necessary there, to be completely honest. Ephem will rebound, but they won't replay it. Those K returns looking nice. 2 cards in hand, down to 15, up to 17, end step and draw. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I will go to your upkeep and fire off this K return. Paying cost for consigned memory. Sure. That will resolve. Do I want to fire off this K command now? I think I will. And I'm going to ramp and scry draw. And done. Sprawl bottom. So we'll have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We'll keep the K return. This deck seems pretty fragile to it. Attack for 4. We'll take it down to 11. They're up to 20. 2 cards in hand, 1 land untapped. I'll play the lab, no imprint. And let's fire off Emrakul and hold up Unholy Heat. Yield all. And we'll scoop it up, we'll take the win. Solid. We'll be back for match number 4. Alright, we're back for match number 4 on the draw for game 1. This hand's not much better. Yeah. We can make this work though. We'll keep. So we play, we cast. Yeah, as much as I would like the Ugin, I think this is better. We'll pass in full. Sacred Foundry Shock is this energy. It's a rag. Alright. Likely will be energy. Sire 7 Death, really good here. We'll grab a forest. Sprawl. For red. And pass. And pass. Ragavan will connect. Ragavan will pilfer a Sanctum. That's fine. Worst case scenario here is a Blood Moon on 2, Guide of Souls, and they missed their land drop. That's pretty huge. We'll hold up the K command. Go to main. Planes. Go to combat. And let us ramp and exile the rag. Now, there's a world where you play around a Mana Tithe. I'm not going to respect it. Guide of Souls will attack. Down to 16, no blocks. Is a Flage. It's a Pyro, pitch 2. We'll yield all. Pitches Flage, Discharge, yield all. End step and draw. Rumble, Stomping Ground, Shock, and let's fire off Sire of Seven Death, because outside of a Thraben Charm or a Static Prison, dealing with the Sire is going to be pretty difficult for them. Usually like 2 Charms and maybe a Static Prison. Blood Moon. Blood Moon's fine. I will draw. There's an Emrakul. I will cast Rumble. I suppose I'll grab the Forest at this point. Yeah. I mean, we could grab the Temple. But I think a second Forest makes sense. I guess we don't have Ice Tilmain right now, so grabbing Temple seems fine. I was hoping for a Talisman, but c'est la vie. We'll attack with Sire. 5 types in Yard. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 2 short of Emrakul. You can play the Flage now. Instead, I guess not yet. You don't have enough cards in Yard. Yield all. Pyro pitch 2. 2 lands. Plays a Guide of Souls. Triggers Guide of Souls. No attacks. We draw. Myco Spawn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to kick a Myco Spawn and kick your planes. That should theoretically turn off Flage, because I think they only played two planes. I will grab a Temple. Go to combat. Attack with Sire. And pass in full. Down to 8. I will pass. Plays Voice of Victory, triggers the guides. And Galvanic Discharge on the Sire. Oh yeah, that works. That will in fact work. Attack with a Guide of Souls. Yeah, they had enough energy. Damn. Down to 3. They needed back blockers for the Myco. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 2 short here. Draw. 1 short. I will pass. If we can find a land here, we can do a lot of damage. A Johnny. Triggers. They can float 1 more. So probably attack with Guide. And Voice? Why the Voice? That... Oh, I guess they could do it before. No, that still doesn't make sense. You can only float... Oh, no, I guess you can float 2. Right. That makes sense. That makes sense. So, block one of the 1/1s. Down to 15. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Untapped land. Rumble. I will cast Rumble once more. There is Myco Spawn. There is Chrysalis. Neither one are castable here. Maybe I should have grabbed the Forest. In retrospect, a second Forest may have been the right choice. Shit. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. I should have grabbed the second forest. Because if I had done so, we could have grabbed the Chrysalis here, played the Chrysalis into a K command to exile something, but at this point, we're kind of in trouble. I'll pass. I'm not sure if I'm dead this turn, but yeah, not grabbing a second forest kind of screwed me over. I should have thought about double casting, and I didn't. Specifically off of the Rumble. Do they Alpha Strike? I think they win if they Alpha Strike. I'm fairly certain. Because 3, 5, 9, float 1, 12. Yeah, they win. Shit. Yeah, if I'd grabbed the second forest, we would have had 3 more blockers. And I think that would have been enough. Maybe not, honestly. So we'll block and block. If I had 3 more blockers, block 1, block 2, and block 3, I would then take 3, 7, 9, 12, 13. I'd still be alive a turn, which is relevant, which I don't think I am now, unfortunately. Yeah, so that was a misplay on my part by not grabbing a forest. I need to always prioritize, I think, having 2 forests on their Blood Moon. But we're dead. Unfortunate. Alright. Let's go to sideboard. I'll bring in Heat and Dismember. Cutting Cavernous Souls, Gemstone, and an Emrakul. Well, that's not what I want to do. Return to game. Submit deck. Definitely clicked on the league details by accident there. Yeah, it would have given me another turn. I'm not sure if that would have necessarily mattered, though, given what we had in hand. On the play for game 2. Game 2? Game 2. Yes. I will keep. I will reveal. Trigger. I'll grab a Myco. Imprint. Talisman. And pass, depending on what they play on one. Will either K command or Rumble. Arid Mesa, Fetch 19, Sacred Foundry Shock, Plains, Souls. Interesting. Might mean they're setting for a Blood Moon on 3. Do I play the Rumble or the Temple here? I think we set up with Rumble. No, I guess if we do that... Yeah, let's Rumble first. There is Misty Rainforest. We'll grab the Rainforest. Now we could Temple K Command X2 and get rid of the Souls. Though I think I kind of want to hold it, to be honest. I'm going to Misty Rainforest instead and pass. And this way I can make a bit more of an educated decision. Is this a Voice of Victory? Voice is fine. Trigger, no responses. Put a pause on end step. No blocks, down to 18. Down to 17 fetch Misty Rain for a commercial district. Ugin top and draw. Temple kicked Myco. Myco kick the mountain. And grab a temple. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, grab temple. And hold K command X1 for this Guide of Souls. Sacred Foundry, shock 18 for discharge. Ragavan's fine, triggers the guide. And Ocelot Pride. I guess I needed the K command. That's all fine. You'll float something. Ocelot Pride is on board. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. Mobilize. Yield all. And yield all. Imagine you'll float the voice. Yep. Voice will be floated. We'll go to block and take 4. End step. Triggers. And draw. Oh, well, that works too. Okay, so how do we want to proceed here? There's temple. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ugin exile voice. Yield all. 0. And K return. Ugin, exile, Guide of Souls, yield all. And pass, no attack, so we can block a rag. Up and we'll scoop it up. We'll take the win for game 2. Let's move to game 3. Bring in the gemstone, trim a rumble, and run it back. All right. Hand's a bit weird. We have plenty of hits off top. I will keep. I will pass. Opponent mulligans down to 6. Keep 6. And starts with Arid Mesa Fetch, Sacred Foundry Shock. Yep. Ragavan. In that case, I will draw Ugin's Lab. Not what I was looking to see here. I will go Stomping Ground Shock. It does telegraph that we have a heat in hand. But we're going to get rid of this Ragavan one way or another. Heat the rag and pass. Love to see K command here. Plains for a Johnny. Draw. K command. So we can get rid of the cat here if we wanted. I will Scrydraw exile or ramp Scrydraw. Alternatively, we could just hold it in case they play a bombardment. We'll hold. And opponent will attack for 3. Down to 15. Casting Ocelot Pride. End step. They could still have a discharge. I think I will ramp Scrydraw though here. We kind of need something. And right now we don't have anything. Actually. Do we? We don't have a cast. We go up to 4, up to 6. At most we have a kicked Micah. We'll hold. We'll draw. Chrysalis. Chrysalis is good. So we can do one of two things. We can either play Chrysalis or hold up K command for X equals 3. I'm thinking blocker here would be right, but also hold up the K command is appealing to stop the Johnny from flipping. And we can potentially go digging for a K return. I'll play the Temple, we'll pass. End step, fetch Flooded Strand down to 15, Surveil. Keeps it on top. And draw. 3 in hand, goes to combat. They'll go attacking. I'm going to K command, X equals 3. And done. There's the return. I mean, I kind of want all of this just sequenced very specifically. So, top. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I actually kind of wish I could undo that. Yeah, because I could theoretically draw into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, we'll go top, top, top. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So in that case, I probably shouldn't block here. Take the 4 down to 11. We're able to K return sweep into Breaker or into Devourer. So, yes, let's do that. We'll take the 4 down to 11. Even if they have a Blood Moon here, it's okay. There's the Blood Moon. Yep, that is alright. I'll Pride will trigger. We will draw. I will play the Windswept Teeth. Do we Worldbreaker the Moon or do I Devour the Moon? I think I will Worldbreaker the Moon. Other option is the Worldbreaker the Plains, funny enough. And then set up for a sweep of the K return next turn. Honestly, that's not a half bad idea. It just does mean that we're playing kind of far behind, especially if they somehow flip this at Johnny. Oh no, we don't have enough for Worldbreaker, right? So we have to go Devour of Destiny. We don't have Green Source, duh. So Devour the Moon and pass. Moon down. Only problem is we're not exactly blocking cats here. So we'll take another 4 down to 7 as it currently stands. 3 down to 8. Yep, no blocks. Bombardment kills me, I'm pretty sure. Discharge on cat is fine. Flips the Johnny because they don't have a red permanent. As they play a rag here, for example. A Johnny. Yep, this is okay. We'll draw. So in that case, I will do what? How would we like to proceed? We can return sweep. Now return sweep, Devour, hit a Johnny. That seems correct. Yeah. Question is how I want to do that. 1, 2, 3. We'll play the lab. No imprint. Return. Sweep. Go to combat. Another discharge. Go to combat. Attack a Johnny. Another discharge. So then Devourer is down. 1 card in hand. Second main, fetch for a forest. And Rumble. I will grab Emrakul. Up to 6 types in yard, and I will pass. 1 card in hand, and we know they don't have any red permanents right now. So what's that last card in hand? It couldn't have cost 1 plains. Interesting. Wonder if it's a land. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So Emrakul's online. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 14. If we do find an untapped land, we can Chrysalis into Emrakul, which is nice. And you can make a cat. Is a Flage. It is a Flage. We have Bajuka Bog in hand. Flage target what? Target me. Down to 4. A Johnny will 0. Make a cat. This is getting close. Choosing the plus on a Johnny. Each opponent chooses an artifact, a creature, an enchantment, and a planeswalker from among the non-land permanents they control, then sacrifice the rest. And that's fine. We'll pass. And draw. So in that case... 2... So confirming one more time. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, 1 short of what I want to do, which is cast both the Chrysalis plus. But that is fine. K-return Emrakul. Yield all. I'll say no to the K-return. And then I will Bajuka Bog target you. Flage is out. No attacks. Card in hand is a rag. Go to draw, and another a Johnny. So, how do we want to proceed here? We can dash rag. Yeah. So dash rag into Emrakul. A Johnny 0, select Emrakul. They have a Johnny. But we have a K return, so that's fine. Go to main. We will dash the rag. Go to combat. Attack with rag. Go to blocks. Rag is down. Choose an artifact, a creature, enchantment, and a planeswalker from among the non-land permanents they control, then sacrifice the rest. A Johnny. Choose the Emrakul. Done. Pass and pass. Dash on the stack and pass. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 shy of going both Chrysalis and Worldbreaker, but next turn we're just going to go Worldbreaker, clear the Johnny. There's Bombardment. So we're going to have to get rid of Bombardment. We're down to 3, a theoretical 2. We'll draw. There's Misty Rainforest. I will attack, or rather, I will World Breaker. Get rid of Bombardment. Yield all. And the only problem is now that we are dead to a Flage, I believe. Deals 1 to me. No. Based on that fact and us being at 2, do we attack the Ajani? We know they have a Johnny in hand. If they play a Johnny and let's say a Ragavan, we die. Well, that is awkward now, isn't it? The alternative is I give them an additional turn to potentially win and find a Flage. How many Flages have we seen? Just one. Just one. So in that case, we're kind of taking a gamble no matter what, aren't we? The only card that would kill us, if I'm not mistaken, is a Ragavan, I guess also a Goblin Bombardment. So there's actually a few things. Okay. Go to combat. We'll attack the Johnny. A Johnny's down. We'll play the Misty Rainforest and pass. There's a Johnny. Triggers. We aren't going to be fetching Commercial District. We will cast Chrysalis. Yield all. We'll go to combat. Swing at you with Emrakul. Play Commercial District, Surveil. Emrakul on top. And at this point comes down to this last turn. A Flage kills me. A Galvanic Discharge does not. Okay, so they're flipping the Johnny in hopes they find a red permanent. A Johnny is flipped. Alright, comes down to straw. What did you find? Blood Moon doesn't kill me. Opponent scoops it up. What did they find? They aren't revealing the hand, but... Ooh, that was a close one, friends. Alright, well, we'll be back for match number 5. Alright, we're back for match 5 on the draw for game 1. Opponent mulligans down to 6. We will reveal Devourer, and we'll pass in full. Canal, could be Affinity. That is a Talisman that allows for a Chrysalis onto. Yes, we'll grab the Talisman. Ugin Lab, Imprint Devourer. Cast Talisman and pass. And pass. Shivan Reef, yep, looking more and more like Affinity. I will play Misty Rainforest and fetch for a forest. And cast Chrysalis. Yield all. And pass. And pass. Well, I guess I should hold on the off chance they have removal. There's Saga. Would love to see a land for the Breaker. EE for 0's fine. Mox Opal. And Clausagix, is this a Kappa? It does indeed appear to be a Kappa. I will pass in full. Kappa will trigger, go up to 5. We will draw Cyrus 7 Death. In that case, let's start with Rumble. Yes. Do I tap the Talisman? In case we find another thing with green. I mean, there's something said about maybe sacking a spawn here, but we'll tap the Talisman. There's an Emrakul, which I think is our best way out. We're going to grab Emrakul. That is 3 types in Yard. They have the EE, so we need to be mindful of that. I will pass no attacks. Saga. Trigger. I need them to tap down so they can't activate the EE. Bobble. Triggers the Kappa. Shivan Reef. Do you crack Shivan Reef? Attack down to 12. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We are currently 3 short of the Emrakul. Bobble target me. End step. There's no guarantee that they find an artifact off top. What we could do instead is World Breaker and hit their Saga and then start just trying to race them. I mean, the chance of them finding an artifact is pretty high. The alternative is we fire off the K command and go up to 5 types in Yard. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. They're likely to pop off EE if they do, and they can still leave up the Saga's the problem. Alternatively, we can go Cyrus 7 Death and go toe-to-toe on the life gain aspect. That might be the correct call. Yes. Bobble trigger. And draw. They activate the EE. I will sack in response. Then resolve. Do we fire off the K commands? Next question. I think I will. Ramp and scry draw. X equals 3. Lab, Mycospawn, Talisman. We're going to draw 2 cards. So Talisman bottom, Mycospawn lab top, and draw. So we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1 short of Emrakul. We can either kick a Mycospawn or play World Breaker. Either ways, we can get rid of the Saga. The only downside of the World Breaker is we then run the risk of not being able to play that Emrakul. So we go 2, 4, 6. Then we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 12. We'd still be short 1. So we would need to draw into a land. Risky. But there's no guarantee they draw into an artifact, which is important. So yes, we are going to imprint. And I think I'll imprint the World Breaker. I will... Oh, there's one other option. No, we have a Ghost Quarter in yard, never mind. In that case, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 12. Yeah, one short. Damn. And one more. Kick the Myco. Hit the Saga. They'll make a Construct. Grow the Kappa. Yep. Yield all. And yield all. I will grab a Temple. And I will pass. No attacks. And hold. Again, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, no, we have it next turn. We have the Emrakul. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, 14. EE for 0's fine. Triggers the Kappa. We're not dead yet. Keywords. Down to 4. And opponent scoops it up. We'll take the win. Ooh, that was a close one. We are going to bring in Fade from History, Vexing Bauble, Dismember. We will cut out Ice Till. We could theoretically keep the Ghost Quarter. We didn't see Emery, but we don't know for certain whether or not it's there. We keep the Cavernous Souls. We trim out a Rumble. And we trim out an Emrakul. And I think that's probably good from there. Let us run it back. All right, and we're back for game 2 on the draw for game 1. Hand's a bit weird, but it is workable. I will keep. I will pass. Saga trigger. So no Emissary. There's Tormod's Crypt, Bauble, Opal, and weapons. Okay. EE trigger weapons. That is a bit concerning. Bauble target me. And always yield. Draw. There's a Sire. So we can go Verticanicum fetch, Forest Utopia Sprawl on red. Let's do that. Forest Utopia Sprawl for red. Force of Negation, pitching Metallic Rebuke. Honestly, did not expect that. That's a bit surprising. We'll pass in full. Saga trigger. They do need a land for a construct, but they have a Clausagix now? Ooh. Getting a bit sketch. There's Worldbreaker. I will imprint the Breaker. I think we need to ramp towards the Sire's 7 Death now. Rumble. There's Emrakul. I mean, I don't think we can reasonably get the Emrakul out too quickly. Well, actually, that's kind of interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No. I mean, maybe in a world that this Rumble hits the perfect cards, then maybe. I'll grab Wooded Foothill or Commercial District. Let's do Wooded Foothill. And then we'll pass. Yeah, especially because Tormod's Crypt is here. Quasagix hits the spawn. We'll sack the spawn in response and pass. And pass. Yeah, that's why I wasn't really counting even the spawn. I wasn't expecting that to stick on board. Floats with Saga. Boots. Crypt triggers weapons. That's another 6 damage, down to 17. And draw. There's Vexing Bauble. Okay. So in that case, let's start with Rumble. Yes, let's start with Rumble. I need lands. That is a land, not the land I want, mind you, but it is a land. So I'll grab the Ugin Lab. I will cast the Vexing Bauble. Bauble make your life a bit more difficult. No, certainly not impossible. Play Wooded Foothill and pass. Casting Kappa. Shoot. Kappa will hit board. We can dismember the Kappa? No, because the munitions. Shoot. Yep. That's a problem. Trigger. So it's up to 6. Yeah, it is. Uh-huh. End step. Fetch. For a forest. Crack the Bauble, draw a card. Maiko's not cutting it here. I need this Sire to hit board. I'll draw. Tormod's Crypt me is fine. We were not expecting or angling towards Emrakul. K command is interesting, though. I mean, a kicked Myco Spawn ain't doing jack here. Let's be clear about that. So we could Myco Spawn as a blocker. We also could K command for 4. That's another option. They have a second Tormod's Crypt. They do have boots. We can't dismember. I think I'm just going to cast Myco here. Yield all. For a temple. Play the lab. Hold up K command. And we need to hope they draw into a blank here. We'll block with the Myco. If they attack without having it be unblockable, they draw into a blank. They can crack it to draw a card. Bauble triggers. This will be 8. So this is a problem because they have enough munitions now to kill me next turn. Regardless of anything else. That is a problem now, isn't it? So I think our only hope here is an Emrakul. Ramp and Scry draw. And done. I guess we actually can go Breaker and hit EE, but they have the Closet Gex. Bottom, bottom, draw, Sanctum, draw, bauble, target me. The other problem, of course, being this Kappa could become unblockable next turn. Tormod's Crypt, target me. Temple. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Breaker hit the EE. So that we're not dead on sight. Yes. Play Temple. Return Breaker to hand. Breaker exiles the EE. So now we're not dead unless they find an artifact. I will pass. I'll attack. Bauble trigger. And at this point, we pass in full. Did you find an artifact? Land. You can cash in Chivalry, or you can pop me for 2. Attack with Kappa. We block the Kappa. We draw. I mean, the issue remains here that they have Closet to sacrifice 2 munitions, and that will deal me 2 this turn, 2 next turn, so we don't have an out. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Maybe we could have angled toward the Emrakul. Yeah, if I would have gone Sanctum, maybe. Blocked with Micah or Breaker. That may have worked. Oh, I should have blocked the Breaker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I should have frickin' blocked the Breaker. Yep, that would have been the correct move. I botched that. Yep, nothing they can do here. We'll concede. Yep. I botched that one. Alright, so let's bring back the Rumble, cut the Gemstone, and run it back. Yeah, if I would have blocked the Breaker, we could have exiled the Closet Gix. We would have been down to 4. It wouldn't have been ideal, but it would have been workable. On the play for game 3. There's Bobble on 1. We're keeping this. Opponent walking down to 6. We need to hope they don't have a force. Draw, or rather main, temple, bauble pass, no force, and pass. Fire Islet and passing, draw, play temple, cast talisman and pass, Would love to see a Myco off top. Island and draw. Commercial District Surveil, Forest to Yard, cast second Bauble, and pass. Might just crack that second Bauble, honestly. I don't believe outside of Sink in the Stupor they can do too much here. There's Saga Trigger. Pain cost 4. EE on 1. And then they can crack the EE. End step, I'll crack a Bauble. Draw a card. there's the Myco we were looking for. Draw. I will kick the Myco spawn. I guess I should play the Ghost Quarter first. Kick the Myco spawn. I will kick the Saga. Ping cost. EE. I will crack the Bauble draw card. Yield all. Grab a Temple or a Sanctum. Sanctum actually allows us to dig allows us to dig 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then play a 7-mana value spell on top of which. Otherwise, Temple just allows us to dig 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 deep at that point. Let's go Temple. 7 deep or 8 deep. And pull 1. We'll go Sanctum. We'll pass. And pass. Saga trigger. They could be holding up Metallic Rebuke. It is a Kappa. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It does appear to be a Kappa. Okay. We draw another Temple. So we play the Temple. We're going to hold up a green source. X equals 7. And done. Sanctum trigger. Yes. So it's going to be... Opponent just scoops it up. They didn't even want to wait to see what I hit. I mean, we go 4 at that point. Emrakul will have 4 types in Yard. So that'll be 4, 5, 7, up to 12. At that point, what we're looking for is a... whatchamacallit? Is a Rumble. So that we can Rumble, which is mana neutral, and just mill over 1 additional type. I mean, yeah, opponent did not even want to bother seeing that happen. Alright, well, solid. That there will be the 5-0 at the end of tonight's league. Not bad at all. I mean, the third K return definitely came up in the energy matchup. I think overall the list continues to feel good. The 3 ice spells on the side seem fine. Do I think they could be other cards? Absolutely. But I think bringing those in when they're relevant against Tron, Eldrazi Ramp, Eldrazi Aggro, Amulet Titan could be relevant. Again, not sure they are entirely necessary. Hard to say with a degree of certainty. Having the one of Worldbreaker back again, though, actually is pretty nice. I think if I were to cut back down to 10 7-mana value spells, I would probably just trim a Sire 7 Death for the first Worldbreaker. I think that is probably beneficial. Though, again, with energy being as high of a meta share as it is, the second Sire is also pretty good, so give and take there. But with that being said, that there will be the end of tonight's YouTube video. As always, if you did enjoy it, please do consider hitting the like button, comment down below if you did see the lines that I missed, mistakes that I made, or any general feedback being much appreciated. For as much that I hope y'all learn from me in both my successes and failures, I hope I can learn from you all as well. Last but not least, if you're resupporting the video and haven't already, please do consider hitting the subscribe button as we continue to grow this channel. However, if you do want to watch these videos recorded live over on Twitch, you can find me there Sundays through Thursdays at 10 p.m. CST and Fridays and Saturdays at 8 p.m. CST for the weekend challenges. Otherwise, you can head over to my Patreon where you can find these videos ad-free and early. With that being said, though, folks, I will see you next time. Bye-bye.